WCE Dead or Alive 2024, featuring an all-out championship match in which Katalyst, the measuring stick in WCE, prepares to take on the picture of perfection, that being the Kodak Kid. An overall presentation for this match was fantastic. Editing was good. The replays, I'm just going to get that out of the way, were done excellently. And as we circle in for the opening tie-up, I love the psychology leading into this. Kodak Kid looking for the knuckle lock. Katalyst shoots in and forces the elbow collar tie-up, and it looks solid. Look at that. They took their time and worked this as Kodak Kid takes control of the arm and comes under, forcing a hammer lock and almost chicken winging him. Look at this. Katalyst going to look for the leg pick, and he gets it. Look at that. Takes control of the heel and the ankle right there. Twist in. Watch this. Kodak Kid going to kick counter and then scissor the leg into a cover. Look at this. Beautiful setup here for the lead in here. Look at that. Katalyst taking control once again of the heel, gets eye-raked. During this break in the action, look at that. Kodak taking time to sell it. I love that. Look at this right here. We're going to get the knuckle lock. And I like that, again, they're taking their time. Beautiful roundhouse. Good contact there. Look at this. This is just really good connection. Look at the trust. Look at that. Katalyst rakes the face with a knee. Beautiful front kick. Look at that. Beautiful front drop kick. Kodak Kid with a perfectly timed powder out there. Look at that right there. We get back into the ring. Come back around for a knuckle lock. Goes right to side headlock. Look at that. Kodak Kid maintaining control, taking his time for the headlock takeover right there. Holds the hold. Referee being very proactive. I loved what they were doing with this. Katalyst going to scissor in here. I like this. Watch this. Going to work right to cork the head, but nope. Comes over for the bridge pin. Look at this back reversal to a sit out. Look at that beautiful pop out. And we get a slap to break the action. I just wish it connected a little bit more. We get a very good double axe handle off the apron there. These strikes were fantastic. The sell off that side kick was great. You don't call everything a super kick. Note to the commentary. This was good follow up. And check this out. There goes the mask. Great follow up strike right there. We go to Plex and we get a beautiful brain buster on the outside. Fantastic. My goodness, look at this. Phenomenal follow-up here as the stomps right there. I urge the commentary to call it as you see it. This was great. Nice touch right there. Everything here was well done. Just good detail there. Look at this. Fantastic. That was great. Check this out. He's going to come off. Beautiful pinpoint drop kick from the bottom rope. That was fine. I will say that although this was executed well, I would have opted for anything else because it's being overdone. I was also okay with this cutter transition because, I mean, even though it's been overused, it was well done. It was well timed, and it was sold very well by Katalyst. I was okay with it. We follow up with a beautiful strike to the face there. I love that roundhouse. Look at this. Kodak Kid going to take him to the ropes here. I love the aggression here. And the referee doing a great job. This was awesome.
Picture of perfection.
That is how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do a fourth wall break during a sequence like that. Fantastic. I love that we went from a pin to a transition. Even though it's the crossface, it's one of the most overused submissions, yet it was done fluidly. I like that. Continuing to oppress the referee. I like to see that. Look at this. This was a fantastic follow-up, perfectly timed counter. However, I wish the commentary would have called it as they saw it. That was on the leg. Look at that. If only he had sold the leg, that would have been perfect. But I like that he followed up and kept it moving. Solid backbreaker there. And then we follow up with this biting sequence. And I just love the aggression. Then he even gouges the eyes as he's forced into the rope. And then Kodak counters with knees to the midsection. I wish he did just drop down into the ropes a little bit more fluidly for the tie-up here, but I liked it. I also wish Katalyst would have bounced a little bit with the kick to the groin leading into that sequence. Again, this is the kind of interaction I like to see with my referees. I like to see aggression. I like to see frustration. That was a very nice roundhouse to the face. Look at that. These are very nicely sold and done. Look at it. We go into Plex. I'm sure some of my professional viewers will notice this is a right side Plex, but in backyard, that's okay. I especially like that they didn't cliche this spot by going all the way through it, and we get a fantastic brain buster. Let's take another look at that. Had the perfect bounce to it. That was just great. We jump ahead after a recovery period, and Kodak Kid taking control of the arm and does a double wrench here, and I like they took their time and sold the struggle for this. However, here is where the match took a tragic turn because this setup for this was perfect. I was amazed. If only we could have gotten anything but this. A tornado DDT, an arm drag, a sidewalk slam, anything would have done. However, sadly, it seemed that Katalyst couldn't keep his footing on that one. This is why I was nervous when JX went for in his match with CJ Black and ROEW. It's risky. Considerations such as fatigue and hydration need to be taken into account before going for this because it can cost you.
Oh, big shot! Oh, James reverses. Oh, another a chop. Oh, a few. Oh, and a big. Oh, he's just pressing this.
Guys, I'm going to urge everyone in Backyard Wrestling to stop worrying about your clothes when you do these matches. Small actions like that can be distracting to the story, guys. Though this exploder was excellent. And this was a beautiful catch on the leg pick. Look at that, rolling through to take the ankle lock. Fantastic by Kodak Kid there. Drags him away from the ropes. That was excellent. Referee doing a great job being proactive in this sequence, and it's countered by Katalyst and sends him right into the turnbuckle pad. Fantastic sequence. The package on this acid bath was good. Not perfect, but good. And this was brilliant. Perfectly placed foot on the rope after the spot to break the count. The frustration sold here was excellent. Here, the communication was a little too visible. I wish he'd have done it now, more so. Nice cradle roll-up here. And watch this shove off for the break. That is awesome. Details like that and even this kick to the back of the head are what made this match excellent. I did like the cutoff here. However, I would have had Kodak get him to the top turnbuckle before going for this cutter counter here. It took too long to get there, and then I wish Katalyst would have been dead selling already. He should have been face down or either out of the ring. This was a good follow-up cutter, though. It looked great. And then ends up trying to go for sliced bread. And this was fantastic. Look at that. He took control of the arm, if anybody noticed, then rolled forward and got him locked in. That is fantastic. That is the kind of finish I like to see to a championship match. The surprise, the shock, the frustration, the emotion. And I'm going to do something I don't do often. I'm going to tell you what the potential score for this match would have been. Even though this match is a 5.8, the potential score of this match, considering all the wonderful details added in, would have easily been a 6.5. However, my heart sank when we witnessed that catch from Katalyst on Kodak from the ropes spring in. And then some of the commentary calls were just off. You can't call everything a super kick. And then not calling that leg breaker from a backbreaker position. That was almost a new spot, honestly. An innovation, if you will. If only Kodak would have sold the leg off of that. The attacks at the end of this match were fantastic. I liked that detail. However, this particular scene didn't hit the way I think they intended. It didn't make sense to me that he would be there. Although I do kind of understand what they were going for, still, it just didn't need to be there. But overall, what a match. What a match. And if you want to keep up with the aftermath, as well as the latest in underground and backyard wrestling, tune in to SportsWire Radio's broadcast live on YouTube, featuring the Reverend Tom Bryce along with Taft Taylor. And check out the Nemesis sessions as well, where you can catch all the exclusive interviews with all the wrestlers featured on the Copper Star Reviews. #AllWrestlingMatters.